Well, hello, let's get started. So we've got a twisted flow tonight, and just remember to do whatever it is that feels good for you. And if you need to take a break, take a break. You can do child's pose or Shavasana the whole entire time. It's your hour. You can do whatever you want. So we're going to start the way that we end, and that's in Shavasana. So let's start laying down on your back. And maybe just shift and shimmy and kind of wiggle side to side, get like a little bit of energy out of your body. And then come back to stillness. You can keep your knees bent with your feet nice and wide and your knees resting against each other, or you can extend your feet straight, your legs straight. And taking your hands, and let's place them on your belly. Taking a nice deep breath, filling your body from chest down to your toes. And exhale fully and completely, letting go of whatever the day brought before. And maybe with each inhale, you nourish your body and your heart and your spirit with gratitude. Maybe gratitude for the ability to take a breath, or the ability to lay down on the ground, or the ability to have some time for yourself right now. And with each exhale, let go of whatever has been bothering you today, that thorn in your side that just keeps irritating you. See if you can exhale it away and just keep exhaling until that thought or that emotion or that feeling is gone. Each exhale, feel your body melt into the floor just a little bit more. And just when you feel like you've come home to your body, let's bend your knees if they're not bent already. Bring them in towards your body, hug your arms around your knees, and rock a little bit side to side. It's up to you how far you rock to the left and how far you rock to the right. And if you find a spot on your back or your lower back or your shoulders where it feels really good to feel that pressure of your body into the floor, maybe just stay there for a moment and take a nice deep breath. And then exhale and then keep moving. Coming back to stillness, releasing your arms down by your side, palms facing down. Knees are still bent, keeping your legs bent together. And pointing and flexing your toes towards your body and then away. And trying to keep your legs bent at about a 90-degree angle. So we're starting to warm up our ankles. There's muscles in our shins, our calf muscles, the attachments of the muscles at our knees. We're also starting to work our core a little bit here. The more you press your arms into the floor, palms facing down, the more you start to engage your core, usually. Come back to stillness. Bend your knees a little bit more, bring your heels down in towards your glutes, and start making some wide circles with your knees. Now, as we're doing this circular rotation here, we're also engaging our core muscles. It's also an opportunity to massage out the glute muscles where they attach to the sacrum, the lower part of your spine. And now let's go in the opposite direction. Coming back to stillness. Let's hug your right knee in, extend your left leg straight, pointing your toes, and then flexing, pointing and flexing. Elbows nice and wide, lifting up your shoulders and your chin and your nose and your forehead towards your right knee. Pull in your muscles in your belly. Pointing your left toes and making slow circles with your left leg. And then go in the opposite direction. Slowly lower your left leg down to the floor. Extend your right arm out to the side. Use your left hand to draw your right knee gently across your body towards the left side. We're not necessarily trying to bring your knee all the way to the floor, so don't worry about pressing it all the way to the floor. It's just a little gentle spinal twist here. You can look over towards your right hand. And slowly unwind. Come back to center, bringing your right foot to the mat, bending your left knee, placing your hands on your left knee. Elbows nice and wide, extend your right leg straight, point and flex your toes. Lifting up your chest, your shoulders, your chin, your nose, your forehead towards your left knee. Pointing your toes and making slow circles with your right leg. And then go in the opposite direction. Lowering that leg down towards the floor, extending your left arm out to the side, taking your right hand on your left knee, gently take it across your body towards the right side. Nice big deep breath. Feel the stretch all along your left side. And exhale fully. Slowly unwind, coming back to center, bringing your knees in closer towards your body, soles of your feet together, knees apart, reach down through, hold onto your shins or your ankles or the outer part of your feet, taking your elbows, pressing them on the inside of your thighs. Draw your feet in closer, press your knees away for a reclining bound angle pose. I like to rock side to side, mostly because I don't sit still for very long. But if you like to stay still, stay still. Nice deep breath in. Nice good breath out. Release your feet, bringing your feet back down towards the mat. Right foot to the right side of the mat. Left foot to the left side. Shifting your knees over towards the right side. You're gently pressing your left hip bone forward as your left knee is reaching towards the right corner of the mat. And if you'd like to, you can extend your left arm straight up over your body. Take a deep breath and feel a stretch on the left side. If your arm is up, you can bring it down. Press your feet into the floor, knees back up to center. Press your feet into the floor. Lift your hips up, bringing your spine and your hips back to center. Now shifting your knees over to the left side. Allow gravity to kind of pull your legs down towards the floor. Gently press your right hip bone forward and your right knee towards the left corner of your mat. You can extend your right arm straight up above you if that feels good. And allow your breath to become a part of the stretch. If your arm is up, you can bring it down. Press your feet into the floor, bring your knees back to center, lift your hips up. Come back to center, rock a little bit side to side. Hug your knees in. Give yourself a nice little hug. You're gently pulling your knees in towards your body, and you're gently pressing your knees into your hands. So you feel a little bit of resistance there. This might feel good on your lower back. And relax. Big breath in. Exhale, hug your knees in and gently press them away. You can relax, bringing your feet back down towards the mat. When you're ready, coming up to a seated position, a nice easy seat. So you can sit cross-legged in an Indian pose, Sukhasana, easy pose. If that feels good, if you have a cranky knee, you can keep that leg straight, and this knee can be bent or vice versa, whichever feels good to you. If you're looking for something maybe a little bit more of an intense hip stretch, you can always do, some people call it half lotus, some people call it fire log where you're kind of stacked like this. So whichever you are most interested in doing today. You can inhale your arms up nice and tall. Reach your hands up and sink your hips down. Start to engage your lower body, your lower belly here. You're going to take your right hand to the right side, bend the right elbow, reach with the left fingertips and sink that left hip down. Nice big breath. Pull your belly button in towards your spine and use your core to float your arms back up. Flip to the other side. Left hand to the side, bend the left elbow, reach with the right hand. Sink the right hip down. Big breath in. So you exhale, your right fingertips reach a little bit further. Use your core to float your body back up. One more time to the right side. Inhale back up. One more time to the left side. Inhale your arms up, bring them back down. If you are in fire log, you'll want to switch sides. Or even easy pose. You can switch sides in easy pose too. You want to have equal opportunities for your hips. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. Exhale, reaching forward with your heart, reaching forward with your fingertips, trying to keep your back as straight for as long as you can. When you get about as far as you're going to go with your back straight, you can bring your hands down to your knees or down to the floor. You can roll the top of your head down towards the floor. Take a nice deep breath. Let it all go. Slowly come on back up. Roll your shoulders out in one direction and then in the other direction. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward, pull your belly button in, but lead with your heart. Back is straight as long as you can go. When you get about as far as your body's going to let you go, you can bring your hands down, bring your chin towards your chest, and allow the top of your head to go down towards the floor. Now I say that, but you might be up here with your hands on your knees, and that might be as far as you go. And that's perfectly fine. Wherever you are is wherever you are. Slowly come on up. Uncross your legs, extend your legs out nice and straight. Maybe shake them out. Maybe even move the fleshy parts to the side. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. Sink your body down into the floor. Open your arms up and slowly sink your body back. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. You can bend your knees. Exhale, fold forward. Reaching your hands beyond your toes, even if they don't go beyond your toes. Imagine they're going beyond your toes. If your knees are bent, start pedaling your feet, straightening one leg and then the other. Maybe bringing your hands down towards your legs, pulling your heart towards your knees, and then slowly lower your head down. If your knees are bent, you can straighten one at a time, one at a time. And then slowly come on up, coming onto your hands and knees. Nice tabletop position, nice big starfish fingers. Find a lot of strength in your fingers, pressing your heel of your hand into the floor, maybe creating a little suction cup with the palm of your hand. Maybe even imagining that you're creating a wrinkle in the mat between your hands. A nice tabletop. Your head is reaching forward, your tailbone is reaching back. Pull your belly button in towards your spine, maybe looking just a little bit towards the top of the mat. So all of your muscles are engaged. It's just like you would be in mountain pose where everything is engaged except for you're on a tabletop. Arch up into a cat, bring your chin towards your chest, your tailbone down towards the floor. With this arch, try to keep this back rounded for as long as you can. Slowly start to sink your hips down towards your heels. And don't worry if you don't touch your heels. Most of us aren't going to be able to. Start to feel how that turns into a core exercise here. You're engaging your abdominal muscles. Pull your belly button in towards your spine as you come back up into a tabletop. Drop your belly down, relax the muscles, look up ahead, come into a cow. Maybe do a little teeny tiny push up here. Back into a tabletop, arch up into a cat. Drop your hips down towards your heels in that direction. Keep pulling your core in. Use this like a core exercise. Back up to a tabletop. Drop down to a cow. Uncurl your toes. Plant your toes on the mat. Press into the floor. Lift your hips up into your first downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Come to stillness, pressing into each one of your fingers, pressing into your thumbs and the heel of your hand. Now you can stay right here. Give your heart a chance to adapt to the inversion, adapt to the pressure, give your breath a chance to adapt. If you'd like a little bit more, you can raise up onto the ball of your foot, keep raising those heels up and keep reaching your hips up as you're pressing into your hands. If you'd like to, you can come up all the way onto your tippy toes. Press your heart towards your knees. Sink your heels down towards the floor. Find your breath. Enjoy your breath. Slowly walk your feet towards your hands, towards the front of the mat. Nice forward fold here. Maybe some orangutan arms. Swing them in one direction and then the other. Let your head hang nice and heavy. Maybe nod your head yes. Shake your head no. You can bend your knees a little bit here. Wrap your arms around the back of your thighs. Bring your heart towards the top of your thighs. Slowly start to straighten your knees. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Exhale, release. Bring your hands down towards the floor. Slowly straighten your legs. Hands towards your shins, coming up into a flat back. Shoulder blades back towards your spine. Chin in slightly towards your throat as you look ahead. Belly button in, ribs in, legs are squeezing together. Find your breath. Exhale, forward fold. Remember, you can bend your knees. Press into your feet as you reverse swan dive all the way up. Reach with those fingertips up nice and high. Bring your hands together. Bend your elbows. Bring your hands back behind you. Right elbow to the right side. Back up to center. I said right elbow. It's really left. Now you're going to take your right elbow or your left, whichever the opposite one is. And then the opposite elbow to the other side. Back up to center. Inhale your arms up. Bring them back down towards your heart. Roll your shoulder in one direction. Shoulders in the other direction. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Giant step back with your right foot. We got a nice lunge here. Reach back with your right heel, reach forward with your left knee. Gently press your hips down. Nice hip stretch here. Giant step back with your left foot. Downward facing dog. Sink your right heel down towards the floor. Float your left foot up, toes pointing down, heel reaching up. Your hips are kind of parallel to the floor. The higher you raise your heel, the more you're going to work the top part of your glutes. So that's up to you how high you go. Stay here. Find your breath. Slowly bring the left foot down. Bend both of your knees so that you're hovering above the mat. But as you bend your knees and your shins are parallel to the floor, you're still reaching your hips up towards the ceiling. And you're still pressing into the floor with your hands and your heart is reaching towards your knees. Keep reaching back with your heels. Keep reaching up with your hips. Slowly straighten your knees. Sink your weight into your left foot, float your right foot up. Toes pointing down, heel reaching up. Trying to keep your hips parallel to the floor. It's up to you how high you raise your heel. You can float that right foot down. Bend your knees so that you're hovering, your shins are parallel to the mat. Press into your hands, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep reaching your heels back and keep reaching your hips up. Sink your heels down towards the floor. Slowly walk your feet towards your hands or float or hop, whatever floats your boat. Forward fold, nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Bend your knees, reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands together, bend your elbows, hands back behind you. Right elbow to the right side. Back up, left elbow to the left side. Back up, inhale your arms up. Reverse swan dive all the way down. Actually, not reverse, actual swan dive all the way down. Bend your knees, wrap your arms around the back of your thighs, forehead towards your knees. Slowly try to straighten your legs. Release your hands back down towards the floor. Giant step back with your left foot. Right knee reaches forward, left heel reaches back, sink your hips down. Find your breath, enjoy your breath. When you're ready, take a giant step back with your right foot, downward facing dog. Heels reach down, hips reach up, press into your hands. Sink into your left heel, float your right foot up. Toes pointing down, heel reaching up. Try to keep your hips parallel to the floor if possible. When you're ready, bring that right foot down. Heels reach down towards the floor. Bend your knees, hover your shins, parallel to the floor. Press into your hands, reach your hips up. Your heart is reaching towards your knees. Slowly straighten your legs. Sink your right heel down towards the floor. Lift the left foot up, toes pointing down, heel reaching up. Find your breath. Bring that left foot down. Bend your knees, hover your shins parallel to the floor. Hips are reaching up. Heels are reaching back, pressing into the floor with your hand. Two more breaths. Slowly bring your knees all the way down to the floor and come into a child's pose. Now in your child's pose, let's bring your hands out in front of you. Interlace your fingers, bend your elbows, bring your hands back behind your head, and press your elbows into the floor so that you can give your triceps a little stretch. While you're down here, release your hands, bring them back down to the mat. Walk your hands over to the right side, sink your weight into your left hip and reach with your left fingertips. Nice side body stretch here. Back to center, left side. Bring your right hand as close as you can towards your left hand. Sink your right hip away. Hands back to center. Back up into a tabletop position. Plant your feet, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Slowly walk your feet towards your hands, or maybe you hop or skip or float. Bend your knees, reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands down towards your heart. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Giant step back with your right foot. Bring that right knee down, flatten the right foot. Inhale your arms up. Sink your left foot into the floor and your right shin, knee, and foot into the floor. Reach with your fingertips up, and if you'd like to, maybe find a little back bend. Bring your hands down, frame your left foot, straighten the right leg. Come on up onto your left knee. You can stay right here if that feels good. You can inhale your arms up if that feels good. You can take your left hand to the front and your right hand to the back. I might fall. Keep reaching with that right heel to the back and the left knee to the front. Inhale your arms up. Keep those fingertips raising up high. Bend your right knee, take it down towards the mat, but don't touch the ground. Unless you want to touch the ground, in which case touch the ground. Bring your hands down towards the floor. Frame the left foot. Giant step back with the left foot. Downward facing dog. Rock forward into a plank position. Chaturanga down. I'm going to come down to my knees. Keep your elbows reaching back. Come up into baby cobra or upward facing dog. Plant your feet, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Sink your way into your left foot, float your right foot up. Bend your knee, bring it forward towards your hands. Giant step forward with your left foot. Forward fold, reverse swan dive. Hands down towards your heart. Hopefully your heart is pumping. Hopefully you're enjoying your breath. I know I am. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. Exhale, forward fold. Giant step back with your left foot. Stay right here. If this feels good, reach back with your left heel, reach forward with your right knee. Come on up onto that right knee. Stay right here if this feels good. If you'd like a little bit more. And raise your hands up, maybe find a little back bend if that's what you're in the mood for today. You can also reach your right hand forward and your left hand back. Inhale your arms up. So lovely. You want to, you can take that left knee down, but maybe not all the way. Bring your hands down towards the floor. Giant step back with your right foot. Downward facing dog. Rock forward into a plank. Chaturanga down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. Sink your weight into your right heel. Float your left foot up. Bend your knee. Bring it forward towards your hands. Giant step forward with your right foot. Forward fold. Reverse swan dive. All the way up. Hands down. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale your arms up again. Exhale, forward fold. Giant step back with your right foot. Giant step back with your left. From here, from this downward facing dog, you can do an extra vinyasa flow with your own flavor, your own flair. Or you can come down into a child's pose. Find your breath. Enjoy your breath. When you're ready, back up into a tabletop position. Big breath in, big breath out. Plant your feet, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Sink your left foot into the floor, bend your right knee, bring it forward towards your hands, turn your left foot down. We're gonna get ready for warriors. Nice strong feet. Use the strength of your legs to float your arms up and sink down. We're trying to push the back away. We're trying to push the front away. We're trying to bring our heart towards the center and open up our hips as best as they want to go and try to keep the right knee moving in that direction. ish. Pull your belly button in, nice strong core here. Bend your right elbow, rest on your right knee, left fingertips up and over, reach them over towards the right side as you sink the left outer part of your foot into the floor. Big breath. Press into the right foot, float your arms up. Back into warrior two. Left hand to the left leg, right hand palm facing up, into reverse. Float your arms back. Warrior two, hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. I always call them Charlie's Angels fingers. Bringing your heart forward, shoulders back. And folding forward towards the inside of your right leg. There's a lot of different ways you can go here. You can just kind of hover about parallel. You can bring the top of your head down towards the floor. You can raise your arms up off of your back. If a bind is in your practice, you can interlace your hands behind you. You can also release your right hand and press it into the floor and take some of that pressure, take some of that strength, and share the load with your right leg. Lots of options. When you're ready, wherever you are, bring that left hand down to the inside of your right foot. Right hand to the outside. Pivot your left foot forward. Giant step forward with your giant step back with your right foot. Downward facing dog. Find your breath. Enjoy your breath. Sink your weight into your right foot, bend your left knee, bring it forward towards your hands. Turn your right foot down. I'm going to switch sides. Maybe coming up onto that left knee, floating up into warrior. Maybe not so graceful, but we get there eventually, right? All right, so your arms are up, hips are open, heart is forward. Your left knee is bent, your right foot, you're trying to roll the outside of your foot onto the mat. Pulling your core, pulling your ribs. Bend your left elbow, rest on your left thigh, right hand comes up and over. Reach your fingertips over towards the left side as you reach your right foot into the mat. Float your arms up. Right hand to the right leg, left hand palm facing up, reverse. Float your arms back up, warrior two. Hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, heart forward, shoulders back. Fold forward. It's not really a fold forward. I think a fold forward really would be that way, but we're gonna go this way, closer towards your left leg. You can either stay parallel, like your back is an arrow, or bring the top of your head down towards the floor. You can raise your arms up if that feels good. You can do a bind if that's in your practice. Or you can take your left hand down to the inside of your left foot. You're going to take your right arm up. Let it take some of the work. Wherever your right hand is, bring it down to the inside of your left foot. Left hand goes to the outside. Right foot pivots forward. Giant step back with your left foot. Downward facing dog. While you're here, you can stay here. Or you can do an extra vinyasa flow, or you can come down into a child's pose. If you know me, I'm pretty much always going to take child's pose. So this one, once you get there, knees open nice and wide. Walk your hands forward. See if you can nestle your torso between your thighs. Take two fists and put them on top of each other. And rest your forehead on your fists. Nice, good, strong breath. Strong breath in, Strong, powerful breath out. I think the more we need to let go, the stronger our exhale needs to be. One more breath. Release your hands back down towards the mat. Come up onto your hands and knees. Extend your right leg out towards the edge of your mat. So your foot is going to be parallel to the short side of your mat. Kick your left heel out behind you. And you can put your left hand down on the mat. I like to use a fist, but you can use your hand flat if that feels good to you. But imagine that you're drawing a line from your fist to your knee to the arch of your foot. Float your right hand up towards the ceiling. Reach those fingertips up nice and high. As you're pressing your foot into the floor, raise your right hip bone up towards the ceiling too. If it feels good for your neck, look up towards the ceiling. If it doesn't, look straight or look down. You can even take your hand back. Get a nice pec stretch here. Float your right hand down towards the mat. Float your right knee down, tabletop. Extend your left foot out. So now your left foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Your right knee, your right foot kicks out behind you. Float your left arm up towards the ceiling. Reach with your fingertips up nice and tall. Press into your foot, lift your hip bone up. Look up towards the ceiling if that feels good for your neck. If you feel any pinching or any tingling, look straight or even look down. And if it feels good, maybe take your hand back. Float your left hand down. Bring your left knee to the floor. Quick little child's pose just for a second. Your second is gone. Come on back up into tabletop position. Extend your right leg straight out behind you, toes pointing down. Pull in your belly button, pull in your ribs, pull your chin in slightly in towards your throat. Float your left arm up. Maybe take your left arm out to the side. Maybe take your right leg out to the side. If your leg is out, bring it back. If your hand is out, bring it back. Bend your left elbow and your right knee. Bring it in towards your body, chin towards your chest, and extend. Bend your elbow and your knee around your body. Bring it in. And extend. Bring your left hand down, right knee down. Quick little child's pose. Shake out your right hand. Take your left hand and squeeze your right wrist. Give yourself a little massage here. Hands back down. Hips back up. Tabletop position. Extend your left leg straight back behind you. Engage your core, pull your ribs in, pull your chin in slightly. Float your right hand up, reach your right hand out in front of you. Nice big breath in, let it out. Now you can stay right here, and this will be more than enough. If you'd like something a little bit more, you can extend your right arm out to the right side, maybe your left leg out to the left side. If it's out, bring it back. Bending your left knee and your right elbow. Bring it in underneath of you, round your back, bring your chin towards your chest, and extend. And bring it in. And extend. One more time for good measure. Bring it in. And extend. Right hand down, left knee down, quick little child's pose. Big breath in. And exhale. Your second is over. Come back up into tabletop. Plant your feet, lift your hips, walk your hands backwards towards your feet. Make sure that your feet are about maybe hip distance apart, maybe a little bit less than hip distance apart. Nice big forward fold. Sway a little bit here. Bend your knees, start sinking your hips down, float your arms up. Little chair pose. Hands down towards the floor, straighten your legs, hands towards your shins, flat back. Breath in, exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, reverse swan dive, all the way up. Right hands towards the floor, left fingertips over towards the side. Inhale your right hands up, left fingertips down. Inhale your arms up, sink your knees down into a chair pose. Release your hands down towards the floor. Straighten your legs. Hands towards the shins, coming up into a flat back. Big breath in. Big breath out. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Inhale your arms up into a little chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Straighten your legs. Hands towards your shins. Flat back. Breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Right hand reaches up, left hand reaches down. Right hand actually reaches over to the left side. Inhale your arms up, left fingertips reach up and over, right fingertips reach down. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Slowly walk your hands towards the top of the mat. Come down to your knees into a child's pose. And then when you're ready, slowly come on up. Extending your legs straight out in front of you. Shaking your legs. Keeping that left leg straight, bending your right, bringing your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Arms up, nice and tall. Take the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. A gentle little twist here. We're going to start winding down, looking over your right shoulder. Maybe not necessarily looking over your shoulder, but in that direction. Unwind. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. You can bend your knees, reaching towards bringing your heart towards your left knee. And then slowly coming on up. Keeping that right knee bent, taking the right knee to the outside of the left knee. Inhale your arms up. Take your left elbow to the outside of the right knee, right hand behind you, another little twist. Trying to keep the twist out of your lower back, but instead trying to find it in the middle part of your back. And sometimes that means pressing your hands in a little bit closer towards your body. And slowly unwind and uncross and shake them out. Taking your left foot to the inside of your right inner thigh. Big breath in, exhale, forward fold, bringing your hands towards your right knee. It's okay if that knee is bent. Trying to bring your heart towards your right knee. Slowly come on up. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. Take your right hand to your left knee, your left hand behind you. Nice little twist here. But it's gentle, not aggressive. and unwind. With that left knee bent, take your left foot to the outside of your right knee. Inhale your arms up, right elbow to the left knee, left hand behind you. Gently pressing your right elbow into your left knee. Maybe bringing your hand in a little bit closer towards your body so it presses your heart forward and it takes the twist out of your lower back as much. And slowly unwind and uncross. Shake your legs out a little bit here. Coming back into a nice easy seat, Indian style if that feels good to you. Hands down by your side, chin down towards your chest, rolling your right ear towards your right shoulder. Maybe walking your left fingertips out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let go of what was. Be okay with what is. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. Walk your right fingertips out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully. Create space for what's coming. Bring your chin back down towards your chest. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. Hands behind your head, elbows nice and wide. Big inhale. On your exhale, the right elbow goes towards the right side. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Come back up to center. Big breath in. Exhale, elbow to the left side. Right elbow towards the ceiling. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Use your core to float your arms back up. Bring your elbows together. Chin down towards your chest. Inhale your head up. Elbows open. Exhale your elbows together. Chin down towards your chest. Inhale your head back up. Release your hands back down towards the mat. Roll your shoulders out. Find yourself laying down on the mat. Hug your knees in towards your chest, rocking a little bit side to side. Taking your arms down by your side, palms facing down, shoulders open and pressing into the floor. Pull your core in, squeezing your legs together, pointing your toes. Drag your toes through the mud, reaching up towards the ceiling, and imagine that you're lifting your hips off the floor just half of an inch. Bend your knees and drag your feet through the mud. And then slowly pull your knees in towards your chest. When I'm saying pull your knees in towards your chest, try not to have it be your legs that's doing the movement. See if you can engage your core to do the movement. Pressing your hands back into the floor, shoulders into the mat, knees are bent. Extend your legs straight. Drag your feet through the mud, up towards the ceiling. Imagine that you're lifting your hips off the floor just a half of an inch. Drag your feet back down, slowly through the mud. Slowly pull your knees in towards your chest using your core. Pull your toes back towards your shins. Release your hands, hold on to your knees. Rock side to side. Bring your feet back down towards the mat. Take your right foot, place it on your left knee. Release your foot from the floor, hold on to the back of your thigh or maybe the bottom of your knee. Some of you might even want to hold on to your foot. That's entirely up to you. If you can, maybe take that right elbow, press it on your inner right thigh. Draw your left knee in as you gently press your right knee away. As per usual, I like to rock side to side. So if that feels good to you, then rock side to side. And maybe you just rock a little bit until you find that place where the stretch feels amazing. You just want to stay there and stay there and stay there. Taking nice deep breaths and sending your breath to the area of tension. Each exhale, you let go of something that you don't need to hold on to anymore. Release that left foot back down towards the mat and release the right foot. Switching sides, take your left foot, place it on your right knee. Bring that right knee up. Holding on to the back of your right thigh or your shin, your knee, maybe your foot, who knows. And if you're able to, take that left elbow, press it into your right knee. Left knee. Take the left elbow, press into your left inner thigh. Find the stretch that your body is craving for today. Allow your breath to do some of the work. Send your breath right to that area of tension and imagine that it's melting. And every exhale, it's loosening and letting go. Take your right foot and bring it back down towards the mat. And your left foot back down towards the mat. Rock your knees side to side. Nice, slow windshield wiper knees. Gently take your knees over towards the right side. Actually, let's widen your feet a little bit. Very similar to how we started in the beginning of the class, where your feet are close to the edge of the mat. Your right foot's at the right side, left foot is at the left side. And you can stay right here if this feels good. If you're looking for a little bit more of a stretch on your left quad, the left front of your leg, you can reach down with your left hand and grab a hold of your foot or your ankle or your shin, or maybe you can't reach your foot, and that's totally normal too. And in which case you can just bring your foot in closer towards the mat and reach that left knee towards the top of the mat, and you'll get a really good stretch right there. You don't have to hold on to anything. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Let go, let go, let go. Release that foot. Bring your knees back to center. Press your feet into the floor. Lift your hips up and bring them back to center. Nice neutral spine. Bring your feet together. Allow your knees to open to the side. Maybe you take your hands in fists and place them right at the crease just below your hip bone and press into the upper part of your thigh, your hip joint there. You might get a little tiny bit of traction there. It might feel really good on your thigh bones there. Everybody's different. Bringing your knees back up to center, walking your feet back out to the edges of your mat, and shifting your knees over to the left side. Now again, you can stay here if that feels good. You can take your right hand and reach down to grab a hold of your right foot, ankle, or shin, or maybe you just kind of press your foot into the floor and gently press that right hip bone forward. How is your breath helping you right now? When you're ready, you can let go and bring your knees back to center. Press your feet into the floor. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Tuck your tailbone, lift your hips up, and then slowly lower your spine back down. Again, bringing the soles of your feet together, knees open to the side, creating a nice neutral spine. Looking up towards the ceiling. Let go, let go, let go. Bringing your knees back to center. We're going to settle in for our final posture, Shavasana. If you'd like to, you can use pillows and blankets, whatever you have at home to make this the most comfortable Shavasana for you. You can keep your feet nice and wide and allow your knees to rest against each other so it takes some pressure off of your lower back. And if that's not what you are going for today, you can go traditional with the legs nice and long. Arms down by your side, maybe palms facing up or down, whichever your preference is. Inhaling through your nose and imagine your breath being a wave that travels through your body and then the wave comes back out your mouth. So you're just watching the tide go out and the tide go in, except instead of it being water, it's your breath. And each breath washes away a worry or a stress that's been written in the sand. When your mind starts to create these messages, imagine that they're just being written in the sand. They're not permanent, they're temporary, and each breath can wash it away just like the waves wash away the sand. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, and a stranger into a friend. I am grateful for you. I have so much gratitude for you. Thank you for sharing your time with me tonight. Coming back to your breath, take a nice, deep, full, nourishing breath. Giving life to any part of your body and your heart and your spirit that could use a little extra attention. On your next exhale, exhale fully and completely. Letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Coming back to your body, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes and your nose. Taking time to carefully roll over onto your favorite side. Maybe into the fetal position. Yoga pose of birth and transformation and transition. When you're ready, as you're ready, you can slowly come up to a seated position. Or not, because you're home and you can do anything you want. When you're ready, as you're ready, inhale your arms up nice and tall, high up to the heavens. Bring your hands together down towards your heart, your chin down towards your chest. The light in me has so much gratitude for the light in you. Thank you for sharing your time with me tonight, or today, whenever you're watching this. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.